Good evening, City of Shawnee. This is Doug Donahue, Communications Director, bringing you the wrap-up from the City Council meeting on this Monday, March 24th, 2025. Unfortunately, Councilmember Jacqueline Walters was absent this evening, so the vote will be based on the 7 council members who were present for the meeting. Mayor Mickey Sandifer proclaimed the week of March 31st through April 8th as 7 Days of Kindness Week in the City of Shawnee. And to kick off the agenda, Community Development Director Doug Allman presented the council with a request to rezone 42 acres of residential, suburban, and agricultural land to single-family residential for the village at Clear Creek in the 7,000 block of Clare Road at the intersection of 71st Street. The proposed preliminary residential subdivision would include 62 lots of single-family homes. The council heard from 6 residents near the proposed rezoning. The council also asked about potential future improvements to Clare Road, additional traffic impacting Clare and Gleason Roads, and the need for additional sidewalks in the adjacent neighborhoods. Ultimately, the council approved the rezoning on a 7-0 vote. Parks and Recreation Director Tanya Lecru presented the replacement of playground equipment for J.C. Park on Quivira near 69th Street, along with new safety surfacing for that new play structure you see on screen. The motion passed on a 7-0 vote as well. The council considered the 5-year plan for the Johnson County CARS program, which includes 5 projects over the course of the next half-decade, including next year's Midland Drive rehab project between Shawnee Mission Parkway and Interstate 435. The council approved the plan to present to the county on a 7-0 vote. The council also approved an agreement with Johnson County for the CARS program to reimburse construction and inspection costs up to $1.8 million for the mill and overlay of Shawnee Mission Parkway between 435 and K7 on that same 7-0 vote. The council also discussed the potential for installing a traffic light at the Shawnee Mission Parkway and Vista Drive intersection as part of that mill and overlay project this summer. After some conversation, the majority of the council voiced its support for a potential traffic signal at that intersection. The council also authorized staff to bid on the Star Bay expansion at the Justice Center to build a new home for the police department's mobile command unit on a 7-0 vote. The council awarded the 2025 mill and overlay project in the city of Shawnee to McInerney Construction for the resurfacing of 16.4 lane miles across the city on a 7-0 vote. And as mentioned, the city continued to prepare for the upcoming Midland Rehabilitation Project in 2026. Part of that is an agreement for engineering services to help the city determine and acquire construction easements for the project given its size and complexity. The council approved the agreement on another 7-0 vote. For Council Committee, Fire Chief Rick Potter provided a look back at the previous year for the Shawnee Fire Department. The recap included the total response calls for the fire department, which eclipsed 7,000 calls for the first time ever, with more than 7,200 calls, including 175 fire calls. The majority of the total calls were for emergency medical services. Additionally, Shawnee firefighters provided aid outside of Shawnee 104 times, while neighboring fire departments provided aid 121 times in Shawnee over the course of the past year. The fire department's work doesn't just include responding to 911 calls. A lot of their work is preventative in nature, including reaching more than 13,000 people at more than 260 public events, along with 23 visits to local schools during Fire Prevention Month. The department's 2 inspectors performed more than 3,600 inspections during 2024. Looking ahead, Chief Potter outlined the department's future challenges, including increasing response times and building out the department's advanced life support program. The future plans include creating a leadership academy for future leaders in the department and looking at a potential training facility for the city's firefighters and potential future station locations in Shawnee. Of course, we encourage everyone to join us for Mayor Sandifer's State of the City starting at 4 p.m. at the Aztec Shawnee Theater here in downtown on Thursday, March 27th. And the Shawnee City Council will be back in session on Monday, April 14th, 2025 in council chambers starting at 6 p.m. You can find full agendas and archive minutes on our website, cityofshawnee.org.